In a week of neglecting my reselling business and just not listing a whole lot or sharing as much as I typically do, eBay beat out Poshmark again. So you better watch out. I might just start calling myself Becky Park on eBay.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body tremors for your neck.
Hey everyone, my name is Becky Park and I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay. I should start flipping those around. On eBay and Poshmark. And when I am not reselling, I am a full-time high school choir teacher, which is why I am in my office. Last week was pretty crazy. It was crazy for a number of reasons. And one of the reasons why is because it is getting really busy at work. This week is show week. We have a musical going on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm here till like 9, 10 o'clock on those nights, basically here from like 7 in the morning until, like I said, like 9 or 10 at night. So it's kind of crazy, and I just don't have the time to devote to my reselling business as much as I would like, but that's okay. Like for me, it's a part-time thing, and I know that there are kind of like seasons where I'm able to commit a lot of myself to it, and then there are seasons that I just can't, like right now. One thing that I did find super interesting though is that in this season of not being able to list super consistently and not being able to share my closet as much, eBay won. So in some regard, I would say that eBay is definitely less maintenance than Poshmark, because eBay, you just list it and you kind of forget about it. I mean, you should still check up on your listings and make sure that, you know, your pricing was good, like maybe the market has changed since you listed it. You should still go on there and check your listing title and, you know, maybe make sure that you have all of the appropriate keywords, things like that. But really, like, I feel like the eBay machine, in terms of keeping it happy, you just have to like keep feeding it. Like, you just have to keep putting up new listings. You just have to, I don't know, like that's really it. Like just list consistently and you'll probably make sales. Whereas Poshmark, I feel like there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to like being in the good graces of the algorithm. I don't know. And they deny that there's an algorithm, but yeah. So this week really kind of proved, like, if you are the type of reseller where you just want to list it and forget about it and you don't want to have to do much more than list, eBay is really the way to go. Poshmark really just takes a little bit more love and care and affection. And I just didn't have time to love on Poshmark last week. So these are my sales. Let's go through them. This is going to be a short video because, like I said, there wasn't much. So on Monday, October 28th, I started off the day with this pair of New With Tags pajama pants with like cats and knitting paraphernalia all over them. They were really cute, like perfect for any cat lady. And they were in my 4 for $25 sale because they were from Target, I believe. And they were New With Tags, but they were part of like a 2-piece PJ set, and I only had the bottoms. I believe I got these the very first time that I ever went to the bins, which was in St. Louis. That's where I actually went to high school. I like grew up in the Chicagoland suburbs, but then I moved to St. Louis right before high school, and I was back there for something or another. And while we were there, we had like a spare 30 minutes or something, so I was like, please can I go to the bins? I've heard so much about them, and I found some great pieces, I remember. So we went to the bins and I got this along with some other treasures. Someone sent me an offer for $10. I made $7.05, and those were all my sales on Poshmark for Monday. I did have a really nice sale over on eBay though. It was this Fry brown leather suede coat in a size large. It buttoned up the front, and this was actually something that I had sold before, and I think I had sold it on Poshmark before. Yeah, I sold it on Poshmark, and I sold it as a men's piece because I thought it was a men's jacket, when in fact it was a woman's jacket. So, you know, maybe like 2-3 weeks after listing it, it sold again. So someone sent me an offer of $83, which I accepted. I believe that when I sold it on Poshmark, I only sold it for, I think it was $80. So I sold it for a little bit more. And plus they don't take like 20% the way that Poshmark does. So I think I did end up making a little bit more off of this since I sold it on eBay, which is great. So I had them pay for $10 of shipping. I still needed to pay 33 cents additional on that. By the way, my math for eBay is correct this week. Let me explain how I did it. So they paid $10 for shipping. I had to pay an additional 33 cents. This also sold through promoted listings. So what I did was I took $83, I added $10 to it because that's how much the buyer paid for shipping. And what eBay does is they take their fees off of your item, how much you sold it for, plus how much you had the buyer pay for shipping. So I took 86% of $93 because I had to add like 1% because I do 1% promoted listing. So that was how much I earned before subtracting shipping. So once I had that number, which was probably like $79-ish, I subtracted the $10.33 that it cost me to ship it out. So I actually ended up making $69.65 off of that one jacket. And that was a jacket that I had picked up at a Goodwill. I paid $10 for it. I did pay up, I remember, and I did sit on it for like over a year, but I'm glad that it has sold twice now, and hopefully this one is a keeper. Hopefully she doesn't find anything wrong with it, or it doesn't fit her or something. Hopefully this is a winner. She has her new winter coat, and it's out of my life forever. That's the dream, people. On Tuesday, October 29th, I sold this vintage set of 2 Morton Salt Girl mugs. They were so super cute, and I said that they were vintage because there were dates on the cup saying like 1980 something or something like that. I don't know if they were like reproduced, but even the mugs themselves, they were not the size of like today's mugs. I feel like mugs today are ginormous, but they were like little itty bitty mugs. Like, they were like really small. So I think they were vintage. I don't know. They sold actually on Poshmark for $12. Someone sent me an offer. I think I had them listed for like $18, but I've had them listed now since the summer, and no one has offered me anything for them. So $12, I was like, sure. I picked them up at a garage sale this summer. I went to someone's house and they just had like a collection of stuff that they had accumulated, a lot of mugs, a lot of like kitchenware type stuff. And I think they tried selling on eBay and then they were just done. So they were trying to get rid of everything. I think I picked them up for $2. So $2 into $9.05 is what I ended up making after Poshmark fees. Not a lot, but it's kind of fun to experiment with new things. And I just wanted to, get some stuff for the Poshmark home market. So I'm okay with it. I'm glad I finally moved it. And then on Wednesday, I had a eBay sale, and that was it. So on Tuesday, no eBay sales. Wednesday, no Poshmark sales. I actually had 2 $0 days on Poshmark. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I wasn't sharing in the morning. I only had my student sharing my closet once at night. I wasn't really listing. So I don't know. Poshmark was very unhappy with me. That's okay. We're going to be on better terms this week. So on eBay on Wednesday the 30th, I sold this pair of American Eagle gray distressed skinny jeans in a size 4. Someone sent me an offer for them for $20, and I had her pay $4 for shipping. I did have to pay an additional $1.02, so I ended up making $15.86 off of that sale. That was something from my student's garage sale that I've been talking about incessantly for the past month or so, ever since we had it, but I am still selling through a lot of the garage sale stuff, which is great. So 50% of that goes to my theater group at school, and 50% of that goes in my pocket. On Halloween, I had no sales on Poshmark, and I had one sale over on eBay, and it was this New with Tags Style & Co., which is a Macy's brand, retro romance pointel knit bell sleeve open front cardigan in a size large. Man, that's a mouthful. That is what I put as my listing in case you wanted to know how I write my listings. There you go. They bought this at my full asking price of $35.99. She paid $10.40 for shipping because this is before I knew how much to ask people to pay for shipping. Nowadays, I generally will just put a random number. I mean, it's not random, but I will just say the buyer needs to pay for this amount towards shipping. I don't do the calculated cost because they usually ask for way too much. And it's usually I will charge between $4 and $6 depending on the item. But I did calculated shipping on this one, so she paid $10.40. It really only cost $5.12 to ship it out first class, so I ended up making $35.24 off of that sale, which is amazing. That was something that was in my Via Trading box. I will link that here. I have linked that many times, but that box, it was supposed to be a $312 or $340 box or something like that. I didn't end up paying for it. They sent it to me for free so that I could do an unboxing on my channel, but had I paid that $300 something, I mean, it would have paid for itself over and over again. Like, I have been selling items from that box consistently. It was a Macy's shelf pulls box, and yeah, the items have been selling really well. So I had guesstimated, you know, in that unboxing video that I would make around $20 per item. This one, you know, I made $35. There have been some items that I made less than $20, so I think that $20 mark has been spot on. And there were like 70 some items in there. And I still don't have all of those items listed because death pile. So November 1st, which was a Friday, it was a good start to November. So thank God for that. I finally got some Poshmark sales in. So the first thing that sold on Poshmark was the standard James Purse black ruched dress in a size extra large. I had this listed at $68 because comps for it were really good. Like, standard James Purse is a brand that retails for a ton, but sometimes it doesn't resell for that much. I mean, it just kind of depends on the item. And I feel like in my area, in my town, I have found it here and there at the thrift store, but it's usually basic pieces. This I had found at a sale that was taking place at a consignment store, and I will link that here. It's from like at the end of last school year, so it's probably from like May or something. But it took me like so long to list this because there were like deodorant stains on it, so I had to wash it, and then I don't know, like, it just took me forever to list it. I maybe listed it like a month ago, if that, and I bought this at like a fill-a-bag sale at that consignment sale. So I think that my average cost of goods at that sale was like around like the $3 or $4 mark. But I had it listed at $68. It was closet clear out that day. So I did my whole closet clear out thing where I messaged the person and I said, today's closet clear out, I'm willing to drop the price to $60. Would you be willing to buy this dress at that price, and Poshmark will also pay for discounted shipping? And she said yes, so that's what I did. I dropped the price to $60, so I made $46.20 off of that sale, which is amazing. That's not typical for me, but I was happy with that. It's nice when you just have like random bigger sales here and there to kind of pad the ones that are not so amazing, kind of like this next one that's coming up. So the next thing that I sold was this Madewell plaid oversized button-up shirt in a size small. Madewell is so hit or miss, but I feel like just kind of their more basic pieces, you're not going to get a lot for them. If you have like a sweater or jeans or a jacket or something, a more substantial piece, you'll get a lot more for them. This one I've had in my closet for quite some time now. I mean, not that long. It's been like maybe 3 or 4 months, but someone offered me $20, and that was with me like just not getting a lot of interest on it. So I was like, fine, that's enough for me. Actually, I don't even think she offered me $20. I think that I sent out offers to likers on this item, and then she countered with 20. Like, I think I offered her 26 or 25 or something like that with discounted shipping, and she came back with 20. So I was like, fine, like, let's do it. So I made $16 on that item, and it was like super oversized. Like, it was kind of crazy. But I mean, I think, you know, it's a cute style. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it that wasn't like super in trend, but also, yeah, whatever. I mean, it sold, so I'm happy. Okay, the next thing that sold is from my Plato's Closet haul, which I will link right here. I am really happy with the pieces that I picked up from that haul because they've been selling really fast and for a good amount, and the most I paid for any given item was $2, and I don't think I paid $2 for this. I think I paid $1.40 or something, but it was this pair of Lucky Brand 181, is that what it says? 181 relaxed fit jeans. They were a bigger size. They were men's jeans, size 40-34. And I had said in that video, I just wanted to see how selling bigger men's pieces would do. And so far they've been doing really, really well. So this pair of pants, I sent out offers to likers for $24 with discounted shipping. So I made $17.40. So that was it for Poshmark. On eBay, I did sell this pair of shoes from the garage sale that my students had, and it was actually a pair of shoes that belonged to the theater director. It was this pair of Nike Flex 2016 RN blue running shoes in a size 12. This did sell via promoted listings as well, and someone sent me an offer for $20 on these. I only had them listed for $28, and I had them listed pretty low because there were a lot of stains on the top, like the upper of the shoe. So $20, I was like, that's fine. And obviously I made sure to like disclose the fact that there were a bunch of stains, and I took pictures of them so that they would know. But I had this person pay $6 for shipping. I did have to pay an additional $1.55, so I made $14 there was someone at my window. I made $14.81, half of which will go to theater and half of which will come to me. And then on Saturday, the 2nd of November, I had one sale. This was also something that had been returned to me, and this is my second time selling it. So I am just praying that this sale holds. But it was this Abercrombie & Fitch Sentinel utility jacket in a size extra large. This is a men's piece. It's a men's jacket. Someone sent me an offer of like $20 on this. I think I had it listed for $78. I was not about to accept $20. So I countered with something ridiculous like $75 because I was feeling super petty because I was like, $20 for a $78 jacket, like, no thank you. So, you know, to this person's credit, they did counter back. I think they countered at like 30 or something, and then I countered at like 60 something, and he finally came up to 50, which I was comfortable with moving it at $50. I originally sold it for $50 the first time on eBay, so here I was selling it for $50 on Poshmark, so I made $40, and I was fine with that. You know, I've talked about this before, and I talk about it on my Instagram and stuff too, which if you're not following me, I am at Becky Park on Poshmark. But I've talked about how I just personally don't ever decline any offers, even if I feel like they are pretty insulting, because you never know. It could result in a sale if you counter and you meet somewhere in the middle. Sometimes people are not willing to counter reasonable things, but I will still never be the one to decline. Like, I will let the other person keep going, and at some point they will decline, but I won't be the one to decline because I want to see where we can go and see if there's a middle ground that we both feel comfortable with. But yeah, that's just my personal philosophy. I just don't take things personally either. Like, I don't take low offers personally. I don't, like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, if it results in a sale, cool. If not, I'm not gonna, like, you know, lose sleep over it or like be personally offended. It has nothing to say about me or who I am, so it's fine. On Sunday, November 3rd, I had one sale on Poshmark, and it was actually a personal item of mine. It was this Guess puffy metallic gray or like metallic silverish type coat with like a faux fur trim on the hood. It was nice and long. It like zipped up. I wore this for like many years, and there were some issues with it. Like, I remember I washed it, or no, I think I took this to get dry cleaned, and you're not supposed to do that apparently because the hood, like the faux fur on it, it like got shrunken down. You know how that happens sometimes, so that kind of looked a little wonky. I think maybe you could comb it out, I don't know, but that looked kind of weird. And there are some like spots on the coat, but I mean, I wore it for many, many years and got a lot of use out of it, and I have recently upgraded to a different coat, so I don't wear that one anymore. I had it listed for like $28 maybe, and someone liked it that day, and it was a closet clear out day because Poshmark likes to hold closet clear out like every other day. So it was closet clear out. I sent her an offer, you know, saying it's closet clear out. What if I drop the price to $24? Would you be interested? She said yes. So I made $19.20 off of that coat, which was really great because I did. I loved it and I got a lot of use out of it, but I got to move it into a new home where someone else would be able to use it. And then on eBay, I sold this random thing. So like last year, yeah, I like tried the whole Amazon FBA thing. I personally like just don't like it very much. I don't think it's very fun. I don't like scanning books and random things. I don't know, like it's just not my cup of tea. I think that Poshmark and eBay are just much more interesting and much more fun. And Amazon FBA too, like they're just a lot more stringent. Like if you mess up, you know, here and there, like they just come down on you hard. And I don't know, like, yeah, so I still have an account. I haven't sent in anything in forever. And I have like all of this stuff at my house that I was planning on sending into Amazon FBA. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and list this stuff over on eBay because eBay for me is a lot more interesting and fun and just not as like weird and scary as Amazon FBA. And this was one of those items. I had my acapella groups do a garage sale like I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago, and I had actually bought this at the garage sale with the intention of selling it through Amazon FBA. Never got around to it, so I just listed it on eBay, and it is this Artograph tracer projector. Basically, it's like a projector where you can put something on it and you shine it on the wall so that you can trace something bigger. I don't know. But there were some on sale on eBay to begin with, so I just found one that was, identical to mine, sold a similar listing to it. I had it listed for $29.99. Someone bought it outright. They paid $13.70 for shipping, and I believe I had to pay an additional 33 cents. I don't know. I might have written this wrong. I don't know. Okay, I think I understand what this is. I think that they paid $13.70 to ship it out, but it only cost me $10.33. So actually this math is wrong, but I have it written down as me making less than I actually did. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. But I said that I made $27.68. I probably actually made closer to like $29 or something like that. So anyway, that was cool. It was cool to try something new, and it sold. So I only had it listed for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks too, so that was really cool. And the last thing that sold for the week and on eBay was the Soft Surroundings gray V-neck shirt with like 3/4 sleeves, and it had like, I don't know how to explain it, like it had this little design element at the neck. It was like kind of woven, maybe that's the word to use. I don't know. You see the pictures. But this I had listed on Poshmark and on eBay. It got like decent interest. I feel like, Soft Surroundings does have a really good following. I had it listed for $28, and someone sent me an offer on eBay for $25. It did sell through promoted listing. So after all was said and done, she paid $4 for shipping, and it only cost $3.88 to ship it out. So I made $21.06 off of that, which was great. Like, I wasn't actually expecting it to sell for that much. And on Poshmark, I had gotten a few offers on it, but they were really low. So I'm glad that I held out for this $25 offer and was able to make $21.06 off of that. I believe I got it at a Goodwill not too long ago, so there's that. Okay, friends, so how it broke down for the week was I sold 7 items on Poshmark, and I made $154.90 off of those sales. So my average sales price was $22.13 on Poshmark. That means everything came out to an average of each item selling for $22.13, which I think is probably higher than normal for me on Poshmark, because I do have some of those like 4 for $25 items that will just sell individually, and that's fine. On eBay, I only sold 6 items, but I made $184.30 off of those 6 items, and my average sales price over on eBay was $30.72, which is unheard of for me. Like, that's not normal. I typically feel like I sell things in like the $20 range. Like, I feel like my average sales price is probably like $20, which I know is not super high. That's the kind of stuff I'm finding in my area, though. Like, I find a lot of bread and butter pieces, and I am okay with that, which, by the way, if you have not checked it out yet, I do have a video on how to make good money selling bread and butter brands. So if you want to check that out, that's there for you. But I was really happy with the fact that I wasn't putting in a lot of effort in both of those platforms. I was not listing a lot. I was not sharing a lot. But I still was able to come out with $339.20 from selling 13 pieces. And my average sales price between both platforms was $26.09. So I sold 8 women's pieces, 3 men's pieces, 2 hard goods, and 2 more sales from my students' garage sale. So there's going to be a little bit of money that gets kicked over to them. Overall, like, I was super happy with that because I have made less in other weeks, and that was with me trying really hard. So, I think with the fact that it's Q4, that's really good. It's helping me make sales even when, like, maybe I shouldn't be. Like, I'm not putting in the effort that warrants the sales that I'm getting. But obviously, I'm super thankful for them. And also, I wrote about this in my Instagram, but I just feel like it was a hard week in the sense of, like, I just wasn't motivated. Like, I just wasn't motivated to list and to do the things that you need to do as a reseller. And a lot of that came from the fact that I was just feeling really overwhelmed, and I don't know, like, I had just gotten to a place where I wasn't having fun with it anymore, and I don't know. And I was struggling with a lot of different things. I was definitely struggling with like mom guilt and feeling like I wasn't being a very good mom because I was so worried about my work and reselling and all that kind of stuff. So there were definitely some days that I was just like, stop. I need to just hang out with my kids, need to just hang out with my husband and like not do reseller things. And I think that was really good for me. So make sure that you give yourself permission too to take those mental health breaks, because otherwise you're just gonna run yourself dry. And also at the end of your life, you're never going to lay there and be like, I wish I had listed 8 more things, or I wish I had made $10,000 more dollars. Like, you can't take that stuff with you into the next life. So, you know, the things that you're going to wish for are more time spent with your family, or, you know, more friendships made, or more whatever. Like, money is not the thing that matters. So as we get really busy with Q4, and as you see people around you running that rat race and trying to outdo what they did last week, and trying to, you know, get bigger numbers or bigger package stacks than the next person, don't get caught up in that. Like, that's not what this life is about. The reason you are reselling probably is for the freedom that reselling allows. So don't allow yourself to be chained by it. That's all I'm going to say about that. So $339.20 going into my bank account. I am super happy with that and thankful. Yeah. Hopefully next week is better, but if it's not, I'm not going to sit here and complain and cry to you about it. So that's what I got for the week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe. Do all of those things. Just do the things. Do the things. Like, why wouldn't you? That's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody.
It was like a longer coat. Sorry.
All they really wanna do is go and cast a check.